Hello kids. So we are moving to the next part of the chapter, living dreams. In my previous video I already discussed about what this chapter is about. This chapter deals with a boy by name Damu who is a daydreamer. And we had already learned that Damu was dreaming about becoming a singer, and he was already performing a performance in front of the audience, and then by then his sister Smriti Chechi wakes him up from his daydream. And we also learned that there were two new characters added to the story. One is Sudhakaran, who is Damu's father, and another one is Aravindan, who is Damu's uncle. And they were discussing that something has to be done with the boy, wherein a new character arises by that time, that is Naushad Veliyachan, who is a octogenarian fisherman, a very old fisherman, who says that people have to listen to Damu. So now let us continue with the lesson to understand what happens further with Damu. Does he continue his daydreaming? Damu woke up at 3:30 a.m. with his eyes still gummed with sleep. Now Damu is forcibly made to woke up at 3:30 in the morning. His eyes were gummed with sleep. He was still feeling very sleepy. He buttoned a shirt and followed his father. So Damu wears a shirt and goes with his father. There is no point in protesting. So even if he fights, there is no use of it. No point in pretending to be dead and hoping that they would leave him and go. There is no point even in pretending or in acting to sleep, because they would never leave him. The family council had decided that they would have to be firm with him to make him responsible. A sample of it was the attempt to teach him his vocation by taking him fishing at the unearthly hours that fishermen are used to. Now here what happens? Even though he pretends to sleep, there is no hope that they will leave him and go there. Obviously they'll wake him up and take him along with him, because the family had now decided that Damu should be taught his profession. What was their profession? Fishing. So now they had to make Damu responsible about what he had to do. Now they had decided to take him in the early hours, that is early morning 3:30, to teach him fishing. It was pitch dark outside. Now you can understand it's early in the morning, say 3:30 a.m. early morning. So it was dark. Still the sun had not risen. But there was a lot of hustle and bustle on the seashore, with boats being dragged and lanterns dancing in the dark as the fisherfolk walked around. But though it was dark, there was a lot of noise around, because the boats were being dragged to the sea. And lanterns, you know what's a lantern? Lantern is a lamp, which is, can you see a person holding it here in the hand? That is a lantern. Lantern is a lamp which is used for getting light. The cave was lit by a light that seemed to come from the mountain of coins that were piled up. The coins threw a sharp light of their own that touched the ceiling of the huge cave. Damu discarded his lantern. There was no need for light here. Moreover, he needed both hands to shovel in as much gold as he could into. A sharp poke on his head and he was back to the shore. Now, when the fishermen were going to the sea to drag their boats into the sea with lanterns in their hands, Damu is thinking of a dark cave, and that dark cave was light, showing some light out of the golden coins which were there inside the cave. And now Damu is dreaming that he has entered the cave, and the coins are glittering inside the cave. And this glittering coins, Damu is thinking, he just leaves his lantern, discards his lantern. He just throws his lantern there. And he says there is no more light required because the gold coins are glittering so bad, so nicely. And now only thing he needs to do is he needs to go and take away all the gold coins from there. By then, a poke on his head, somebody hits on his head, and he was back to the seashore. Now he thinks, he's back to the seashore, he's not in the cave, there is no more gold coins. Help your father push the boat, said Sudhakaran. Sudhakaran is saying, help me to push the boat, I'm pushing it alone. Damu was happy to see Naushadappan on the boat. Anyone better than these two bad-tempered men? They rowed far into the sea. Much to the surprise of Sudhakaran and Aravindan, Damu rowed very well. Now, Damu sees Naushadappan also on the boat. So he was happy that he's not alone, because he was not happy to go with his uncle and his father, because they were not in a good temper. They used to always scold Damu. Now both of them rowed into the sea. And Aravindan and Sudhakaran were surprised to see Damu rowing the boat so well. Little did they realize that Damu was participating in a snake boat race. Why was Damu rowing the boat so well? Because Damu was dreaming that he was participating in a snake boat race. He was neck to neck with the boat from other district, and it was a matter of life and death to him if he won. Now again, Damu, while he was rowing his boat also, he was dreaming that he was in a boat race and he had to win with the other district's boat. What do you see in the water? A quavering voice roused Damu from his reverie. Now, a quavering voice. What do you mean by quavering? A shaking voice. Roused. It woke up Damu from his reverie. Reverie means daydream. Water? Replied Damu. Now he's asking, water? In the water? No, what do you really see? Insisted Naushad. Now the Naushadappan is with them. Now he's asking, what do you really see in the water? Damu shrugged his shoulder wearily. Damu just makes a movement from his shoulder as if telling he doesn't know anything. I see different things when I look at water, said the old man with a chuckle. Now the old man is explaining Damu that he sees many things when he looks into the water. It really depends on where the sun is positioned. Now he explains what he sees in the water depends on where the sun is. For instance, when it's afternoon, then I don't see the water. Then he can't see the water because the glitter of the sun on the water seems like gold that I can collect. Now Naushadappan is connecting. Now you all know, children, in the afternoon the sun is high on the head, and we all know that the sunshine when it falls on the water looks like completely the water has turned into gold, and that actually looks very beautiful, and Naushadappan feels like as if he can collect the gold from water. When I see the water when the sun is about to set, I feel warm. Then he says when the sun is about to set in the evening, when he sees the water, he feels it really warm. The water has absorbed the sun's heat, robbed the sun of its fierceness, and now its vast body is warm and heavy like sweet honey. Now he compares the water to the sweet honey because it has absorbed all the heat and now it looks really warm. When I look at water, I can see that it's living, interrupted Damu delightedly. Now Damu is really happy to hear Naushadappan also talking as if it's like a dream. But Damu says, but when I look into the water, I really see that water is a living thing. It's living. Especially when I see the water at dawn, when the sun has not yet draped the colors on her, when the water is transparent, you can see fish and dirt and leaves and movement. Now he says, early in the morning, when the sun has not yet come up much, I can see the water is really transparent, and through the water I can see the fish and the dirt and leaves under it. Naushad smiled happily in delight and said, "If you find water so beautiful, why don't you like to be a part of it?" Then he says, "If you're really finding water so beautiful, then why don't you be a part of it?" "I don't want to drag the boat every morning and go fishing. I hate it." Now Damu says, No. I just hate dragging the boat and going out for fishing." Naushad was silent. Then he said, "Did you know that fish sleep with their eyes open?" Now Naushad is silent at that moment. Then he says, "Do you know a fact that fishes sleep with their eyes open?" Damu's face lit up with a smile. Now Damu is finding it interesting. "Yes, I do. They have no eyelids." Now he says, fish doesn't have eyelids like us, so obviously they can't shut their eyes. "Did you know that each eye of the fish sees different things?" Then he says, "Do you know one more thing? Each eye of a fish sees different things." "No, I didn't know that." When the boat returned, Sudhakaran had a very good haul. Haul means the number of fish they caught. Naushad and Damu had put Sudhakaran and Aravindan on the oars and taken the nets. So by the time they returned back, the boat came back, they had caught good number of fish, because Naushad and Damu had taken away the nets along with them to catch the fish. Now let's continue. Now you should understand here that Naushad, Damu, Sudhakaran and Aravindan had gone out for fishing early in the morning, and now Naushad had spoken very nicely to the boy, and they had caught a good number of fish. "There's a whole universe down there," Naushad told Damu. "Did you know there are more water bodies on earth than land? Can you imagine continents of fish, fish rulers, and perhaps different communities of fish?" Now he says, Naushad is telling Damu that, there is a whole universe. That there are many water bodies on the earth than land. Earth is covered by more water than land. Can you just imagine continents of fish, fish everywhere, rulers of fish, fish everywhere. If I take a fish from this sea, put it in a bottle and take it to another sea, then the fish would be identified instantly, a foreigner. As they talked, the oarsmen listened silently. Damu's eyes were both alert and dreamy as he talked to Naushad. The words of the old man drew pictures in the eyes of the child, and the two caught plenty of fish. Damu's mother was astonished when she saw the amount of fish at the bed of the boat. "I caught them, Amma," crowed Damu. "Beginner's luck," muttered Aravindan, but he was smiling beneath his moustache. So was Sudhakaran. Now as Naushad and Damu talked of many things, wherein he also talked of a lot of things which was interesting to Damu, they caught many fish in this conversation, because the old man Naushad was getting Damu into a dreamland where he was talking about fishes, the types of fishes, and the continents and the land, everything. And by then they had caught many fishes. And Damu's mother was really astonished to see so much of fish on their boat. And Damu happily says, crowed meaning he said proudly that this is the fish which I caught. Then Aravindan happily says that, yes, it's a beginner's luck. You started fishing, right? So you could do it. But he was smiling. Why did he smile? Because he knew that Damu was becoming a good fisherman. And so was Sudhakaran. So let's stop at this point of the story. I hope you understood how Damu was taken to fishing and how Naushadappan brought Damu into the fishing field by talking many things, imagining many things, and they were really happy. So let's stop at this point of time, my dear children. In the next video, we'll continue with the lesson. Please read the lesson thoroughly from the PDF file which is already sent and ensure that you understand the lesson. Thank you, children.